With outside linebackers coach Roger Hinshaw of the Clemson Tigers, and certainly an outstanding group of linebackers. Some of the preseason publications calling them the best in the nation this year, Roger. Yet, despite that label, there's always room for improvement.
Well, the thing that comes into the season with the publicity and the talk, they've got to follow that up with action on the field, Jack, for them to be stamped as that by the end of the season.
You can't really coach speed, but you can work on quickness, you can work on recognition. Do the Tigers go through some drills in practice that aid in that recognition factor, that aid in their quickness development?
What we try to do, Jack, in practice is simulate exactly the movements that they'll be doing in the games. We try to break it down and begin slowly and let them physically feel like what it's going to take to make that movement, and then we try to accelerate that pace, because really what you're trying to do in practice every day is simulate as much as possible exactly what will happen in a game.
When you go out to recruit linebackers now, the game of recruiting for outside backers has changed.
Speed, Jack, speed. That's what we try to find, guys that can run and have the body type that we feel like that possibly they could get maybe a little more heavy than what we see in high school, but if they've got that speed, then you've got a real start on that position. Because of the wide open nature of the college game now, it's not the Notre Dame box, or it's not the I formation all the time. It's multiple sets. One play they might be in a three-point stance rushing against an offensive tackle. The next play they're out covering a wide out man-to-man. The demands have definitely increased on what their job is in the total scheme of defense versus offenses today.
Big, fast, strong, and smart. Those are the qualities that a good linebacker possesses, almost an advantage over everybody else. And here at Clemson, they have some of the best linebackers in the country.
All right, Jack, two of those linebackers at Clemson, John Johnson and Doug Brewster, were vicious high school rivals in the state of Georgia, but they ended up being college roommates. You see, they met on the recruiting trip when both were being highly sought after by college coaches.
Once I decided to come to Clemson, I want to, room with Doug, because he knew what it take to win. He knew what it take to be a winner.
We had just a relationship like brothers, If something I need, I can ask him. He can ask me for anything. And we always kept that relationship. That was made it a lot good, real good for him.
And two, Doug was the brother that I never had. But I had a whole lot of close friends. But I think your college roommate says a lot about you. I mean, you grow close to some people, but your college roommate is probably one of the closest person you ever get close to. I'm not a very, very intense guy, but Doug, on the other hand, is a very, very intense player. Just looking at Doug in a down and dirty situation usually gets me fired, because I know what he's about to do, and I just want to try to be a part of it.
The most intensified moment I ever seen, John, will be the Florida State game. They ran this little tackle around, pick up the football. Well, they ran it one time, they got about 16 yards. The next time they tried it, Jordan went up under the hover, under the guard, and got the ball. And he took off running, and he goes, "That's mine, it's mine." I said, "John, come on, y'all better give it to him, man. He got it, man, give it to him." And we kept arguing with the ref, and John said, "You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool me."